And you know that the scramble is on for the NPP running-mate position. Who is best to partner Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, the party's flag bearer for the 2012 elections? Is it Bawumia, Dr. Bawumia, I mean? Is it Alhaji Jawula or Derry? I'm talking about Ambrose Derry, who is the minority chief whip in Parliament, deputy spokesperson. He used to be minority chief whip. Now, how much attention should Nana Addo pay to the religion and ethnicity factors? That's the issue we are looking at this point. In the course of the week, you must have read many newspaper publications appear to, you see, and there appear to be the sort of impression that people who have their favorite are beginning to posture in a way to, put their candidates in the better light, so that when Nana Addo has to make that decision, it will fall on one of them. Well, the names that have been making the rounds are the ones that I have mentioned to you and a few others. Dr. Bawumia, Alhaji Jawula, Ambrose Derry. You also have even Alan Tremantin has come up, and also there is another lawyer in Accra. Is it Odate Wellington? His name has also come up. Now, Mr. Haruna of the Metro TV, Metropolitan Television. Now, I'll start with you, Kwatin. Yeah. Why? It looks like you're taking long to select who should partner Nana Addo. Because, like some people have said, the NDC is ready.
Well, Article 12B of our Constitution says when we are out of government, we should select a running mate for our flag bearer at least a year. So I think we are still within the allowance of our Constitution. But even that, the same Constitution that says the flag bearer should be selected by the flag bearer in consultation with our National Council, also gives the National Council the power to even delay it well into the election year. So we are not late at all. I think sounds to me
like a constitutional provision that may not have been necessary after all. Because if you put the provision there and you still say that the National Council has the power to delay it for as long as they wish.
Well, it says under special circumstances.
Special circumstances.
Under special circumstances.
What would be special circumstances? Are we in some of the special circumstances?
I don't imagine so.
Okay.
And it probably explains why people are beginning to posture, because the year is here, and so the party is expecting that.
And also they are concerned, some of your party members are concerned that, Nana Addo is crisscrossing the country. If he had a running mate, he'd have also been helping in other places.
Well, perhaps the argument is the opposite. Because the flag bearer has not been chosen yet, all the people you are mentioning are now helping. And we are all helping.
Did you say the flag bearer has not been chosen yet?
Oh, sorry, the running mate has not been chosen yet. I mean, you make the point that if somebody was chosen as a running mate, then the person would help the flag bearer. And I'm making the point that, well, maybe then it's a good thing to delay it, because none of them has yet been, then everybody is helping. And really all the people you've mentioned have been supporting the party one way or the other. I think last year the party issued a statement that we're going to, in accordance with the Constitution, we're going to delay this for as long as we will be allowed to. And the idea was first to build the party itself. And in any case, this is a presidential election. People look at the running mate, but the key person is the flag bearer himself. And I think we have been marketing our flag bearer quite well. So we are not late. Is it?
The names that have come up: Alhaji Alasan Haruna, Metro TV, Dr. Bawumia, former flag bearer, Alhaji MND Jawula. Yes, Ambrose Derry. They are correct. They are all in the running.
that these are all names we all hear. I have not spoken with the flag bearer to know what his ideas are, nor have I spoken with the party chairman and his national council to know who exactly they consider are in the running. But I'm sure in the coming weeks, the party would make one decision or the other in this respect. But all the men you mentioned are party people. I mean, Dr. Bawumia, you may even say, is perhaps the default. I mean, I say that in the sense that he was a running mate, and for the same reasons that we say we wanted to repeat the flag bearer, you probably ought to say then repeat both of them. I've heard that argument. But others like Honorable...
Is that your option? Is that what you want?
No, all these are people I have a lot of respect for. I mean, Honorable Ambrose Derry, the deputy minority leader, it's somebody I respect so much. He has a lot going for him as far as this lot is concerned. It's hard for me to...
When you want to play the religious card, which is also most important, he is Christian, isn't he?
Well, he's Christian.
And so that might not be too good for you. Is that something you're considering?
Well, in these matters, you weigh all the factors. I mean, yes, if you consider the religious factor, perhaps Dr. Bawumia and the others will come in strongly. But I've heard people make the argument about the ethnic factor, that Honorable Ambrose Derry comes very strong on the ethnic factor because he comes from an ethnic constituency that the party could really tap into. As I said, I do not have a preference. Even if I had one, I probably should not say it openly like this, except to make the point that...
You certainly have one, but that you don't want to put it in the public domain.
At the moment, I don't. It's hard for me to say. I'm a parliamentary candidate. I should concentrate on winning more votes for the party down there than getting into these matters. But it gladdens my heart that these are all men who, if they were chosen as the running mate, it would improve the ticket. It would make the ticket look really good. So that gladdens my heart. Perhaps many of us are relaxed about this because so far those we have seen position themselves are people who we can have as running mates. If we're beginning to see characters that we were uncomfortable with, then maybe all of us we need to exert ourselves more to ensure that the right people got selected. But as far as I'm concerned, so far...
Is Alan Chamantin also in the running?
Yeah, a few people have not a few people, I've heard Mr. Alan Chamantin's name mentioned. I don't know, I don't get a sense from he himself that he wants to be the running mate, but I think I have suggestions from the people he works with that he feels very committed to this campaign,
political watchers say that would be very a dangerous thing to do, to go for Alan Chamantin.
Well, but if the party were going to do that, the party would have considered all the factors, and if that choice was made, I'm sure very strong arguments would be put forward in support of that, and we'll all examine those arguments and see if the arguments we accept or the arguments or how to defend those arguments. But I think the important thing, I don't know what Mr. Alan Chamantin is now a big person in the party, and I think the most important thing now is that his input in the campaign to elect Nana Addo becomes as strong as we are hearing we will. And so whether he's in there or not, so long as we get one of these capable...
Where is he? Do you know where he is? Is he in the country?
At the moment, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know the last time I heard of him.
But the campaign is just picking up, and I'm confident we would see him. I'm confident.
I see. But we picked some information also that Dr. Bawumia may not be the favorite of many in the party because of their performance, because he didn't add too much to the ticket the last time.
Well, I mean, I take the view that we went into this election and lost together. To try and suggest that we lost because certain individuals did not have the right qualities or that people didn't, it's not helpful.
It's the fact that he failed in his own backyard. That's
well, you may be referring to where he comes from. You are not sure. Don't forget that somebody like Dr. Bawumia has a lot of respect within the professional community. And nobody is discussing how much we got from those constituencies because of his personality. There are people who, and I say this very honestly, there are people who have an attitude to the people they call politicians. Dr. Bawumia is seen more as a technical person. They see him more as a governance person. And nobody knows how much he brought to our ticket the last time round. But as I indicated, it's not just...
He may have respect, undoubtedly, within the fold you call professionals. But this is a game of numbers. And you're looking for someone who can bring in as many votes as possible.
Oh, but those professionals also have votes. I mean, but I have not looked at the figures because if Dr. Bawumia, for instance, was chosen partly because he was Muslim, you cannot assess him just by how he performed where he comes from. You also have to look at our performance in areas where Muslims dominate and see whether we improved. And I
disagree with you when you say that you can't assess him by also looking at what he did in the area where he comes from.
You do that, but
because that's also where he comes from is most important, because he must first of all show that at home he's supported.
But well, if you're looking at the numbers, you may well have a constituency outside your home that is far bigger, and that will bring far more votes than your entire hometown could bring. So I still think, in considering the candidate, it's more about overall how much you think the person could bring to the table. Well, I don't say this to put him in, to make him favorable, but I mean, I've made a point that somebody like Honorable Ambrose Derry is a very competent person. I like him personally, and if he was a flag bearer,
I understand that he has